your program of choice, Health Affair and AIT, a platform where we'll focus on public health challenges, issues about women and children with a view to providing lasting solution. I'm a regular uncle, Shomo Wajanis, and you're welcome. On this week's episode, we'll focus on mental health. We'll start right away after the news segment.
In commemoration of the 2022 World Heart Day, and as part of efforts to improve the expectancy for Nigerians, the Waka Community International, in collaboration with Health Emergency Initiative and Q Life Family Clinic, embarked on the Season 2 walk with some residents in Lagos State. The almost 9.4-kilometer walk that took place on the 8th of October had many people in attendance.
The thing is that walking is one of the best kept secrets in the world. Walking is the first exercise known to humanity, and walking is one of the safest. Why do I say that? Walking is gentle on our ankles and on our knees. Walking does not discriminate on grounds of gender, on grounds of age, on grounds of your health status. Walking can be done indoors, outdoors. Walking can be done barefoot or with affordable running shoes that are comfy. Okay, so it's a walk, it's a journey, not a destination. It's a marathon, not a sprint or a dash. It calls for persistence, consistency, discipline, commitment, and it's fun. And walking has humongous benefits. I will list some of them as follows. Walking helps us keep healthy. Walking helps us maintain our cardiovascular fitness. Walking helps us keep away unhealthy and unwanted fats. Walking helps us maintain healthy weight. Walking helps us mitigate cardiovascular diseases. Walking helps us deal with the issues of diabetes, arthritis. Walking boosts our mood by clearing our minds. So when you are thinking mental health, think walking. They say when you're angry, go on a walk. If you're still angry, go on more walk. So you can
very, very friendly exercise. And that's what walking is. Walking is an exercise that is accessible to the young and old gender. And it can happen in your home anywhere else. But there's
what I just experienced today is one of the most critical and important aspects of life that majority of us ignore, which is our well-being, our health. You know, I just experienced about 6, 7, 10 kilometers of walk, and I think it's essential. I think it's needed to keep us fit and healthy.
We are here because we believe in this cause. Walking is good for you. Waka makes sense. And several studies have shown that walking is preventive. It prevents a lot of illnesses. And we believe that if you don't wait until you fall sick before you present in the hospital, walking is good for the entire system. For the central nervous system, it prevents depression. If you are having a low mood, you just walk around. It helps liven your mood. Are you having constipation? Take a walk. Exercise stimulates digestion, and you feel a lot of relief.
There was also a free talk about basic CPR and first aid by Health Emergency Initiative.
I am excited about version 2 of Let's Waka with Q Life Clinic and HEI. We have had so many people dying of heart attack, cardiac arrest, and other pre-hospital emergencies. So what our organization HEI has done in the last 3 to 4 years is design a system that ensures when emergency happens, instead of taking pictures and videos, you as a bystander, as a law enforcement agent, as a student, as a commercial transporter, you know the immediate thing to do to enhance the victim's chances of survival. It could be by giving compressions for CPR or other areas of support. So we want to change the narrative and have a society that works for the good of all. But it will not be a complete interaction this morning without making reference to our core. The flagship program of our organization, Health Emergency Initiative, is that a lot of Nigerians die because of medical conditions, especially non-chronic medical conditions that require less than 30,000 naira and below to assist them to survive. So we have been working with public hospitals across Lagos, especially for children of 0 to 5. I'm sure you know that 1 out of 5 children in Nigeria don't see their 5th birthday. That's a lot, 20%. So we have been paying the medical bills of indigent patients across Lagos hospitals.
Working to keep fit is fast becoming a regular routine for the staff and management of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH, as this is about the third time within 2 months. The 60th anniversary celebration kick-started with a work, and today, 15th of October 2022, participants who did about 10,000 steps can testify to the benefits of regular working and exercise to well-being.
We are health facility, and we are showing the world that you need to be healthy to give health. This is to show that we are ready, we are healthy, and we're ready for the next phase of LUTH. That's why we're doing the health walk, and also to tell the world that health is wealth. You need to keep healthy. You work in a health facility doesn't mean that you're healthy. You have to do what is necessary. It's not that you are healthy because you work in a facility. You must participate and do what is required of you to be healthy.
Probably when I came out this morning, I was feeling tired, but I just believed that with this work that I was going to get better. And I can testify that I am very okay. In fact, I'm stronger now, and that is applicable to everybody. So we encourage everybody to go out, because exercising our bodies usually will help us to burn down calories and, of course, make us healthy and keep fit to be able to carry out our various duties.
We have had Patient Day celebration as part of this LUTH at 60 celebration. So today is the third outing we are having on Earth Walk as regards celebration of LUTH at 60. Earth Walk is the essence of Earth Walk is to keep our body healthy, so that all the organs in our system will function very well.
Looking at the number of staff that came out for this exercise today, that's so that LUTH is bouncing, and we are not tired at all.
We are not stopping here. We are still moving forward. December this year, we are planning to have another Earth Walk for all staff.
They appealed to Nigerians to make deliberate efforts to stay healthy by abstaining from negative lifestyle habits that can expose them to diseases.
To you today the report of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital Schools and Training Programs for the year 2021-22 academic session. We are presenting for graduation today students from 8 of the 9 schools who have successfully completed their academic programs. These students are from the School of Nursing, School of Midwifery, School of Health Information Management, School of Medical and Psychiatry Social Work, School of Post-Basic Nursing, Community Health Officers Training School, School of Basic Dental Nursing, Federal School of Biomedical Engineering.
A joyous occasion indeed, as a good number of students presented for graduation performed very well. The reward for excellence followed accordingly, as many of them got trophies, plaques, and cash awards.
Another cash award for the best candidate in Principle of Health Management goes to Ajobe Christiana Olubisi. The last one, Management Cash Award for Award of Steady Progress, Joy and Cynthia.
The graduation of these students is another testament to the efforts of the hospital management in the area of manpower development for Nigeria. Speakers, however, urged the graduates to hold a good example of those who are willing to stay back home and develop the country at a time when the challenge of brain drain is fast robbing the country of best hands in the health sector.
Very happy. I would say I expected it and I didn't, because my classmates, we all did our best and we are all good. Some years to come, I see myself being the best I can be. I see God helping me to scale heights, to go higher and higher, because I'm not going to settle for less.
Number of our personnel, healthcare workforce that we have is actually far, far low than compared to other parts of the developed world. You can now see the irony. Where we do not have enough, the factors are pulling and pushing them to where they have more than enough. And we are actually being depleted on daily basis. So, as a country, we need to put our heads together and make it an issue to discuss and make sure that we have a permanent solution to it, because we have over 250 million Nigerians to take care of. We can't afford to have our workforce moving out in droves. You see the example of the School of Nursing. They graduated last year. We are doing their graduation ceremony today. Less than 10% of them were around to do the graduation. They move out. That's to let you know how, to put it in proper perspective, that how bad things are. But I'm aware that the government is, both the federal government and the legislatures, they are very much aware, and I believe that it's one of the issues that they are really tackling. If there was anything, if there was any problem in healthcare, if you can point to just one, it is brain drain.
But you cannot trample on human rights of the people. You cannot say they cannot migrate. The only thing is for the government to do the needful, and for us also to be patriotic as Nigerians, to stay back and take care of the teeming population. But by and large, as I mentioned earlier on, the short term is to increase the remuneration and encourage the workers to stay, and also on the part of the government, on the long term, to provide more training facilities, to train more health cadres, and also guarantee enabling environment for people to work.
The Lagos University Hospital Youth Management kick-started a series of activities in August 2022 to celebrate 60 years of qualitative healthcare service delivery at the nation's foremost health institution. The Cultural Day celebration that took place on the 7th of October at the hospital premises, for one, has been the most interesting of all. There could be no better way to relax and unwind, like sitting down to watch the ethnic groups in Nigeria do their thing. The cultural display by masquerades, swagalicious cultural dance steps, and rich array of cuisines, everything was represented.
A child born 60 years ago is today an old man. Youth is therefore an old institution and a good healthcare provider for this country. We will continue to be united. Unity in diversity is the end thing. There is no nation that can attest to going it alone. So unity in diversity is very important, and we hope that Nigeria will use its diversity to develop this very blessed country.
No, I said that only very few hospitals in Nigeria can actually really claim to be like Luke in terms of diversity. And there's every reason for us to actually celebrate it, and that's what we do. Every tribe, every ethnic group is represented here in Luke, and we work in harmonious relations. We want people in Nigeria to emulate what we do in Luke. That is what we do here.
Unity in diversity. When you look at the people dancing now, you saw the group from the southwest, you saw the group from the southeast, you saw the group from the south-south. They are putting on different attires, you saw different dance steps and all the rest of it. Those were the diversities. But in Lutz, we have turned the diversities into opportunities. The diversities are there, but in brotherhood, we stand, in sisterhood too, we stand in Lutz.
The Cultural Day celebration has been an annual event for the hospital, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it could not hold for 2 years. Most participants did not only have fun, but went home with different prizes.
We have very good reason to celebrate. We need to praise God. We need to appreciate the government. We need to appreciate those who actually contribute to the development of youth. We're talking about NGOs, we're talking about multinationals, we're talking about individuals who have donated to youth. We also need to celebrate our staff, retired for still working here, and we are going to also recognize them, give them award, because 60 years is a long time and we are breathing. Loot was not like this 60 years ago, and we believe that the next 10 years, 15 years, we are going to move from glory to glory.
They have only come to tell you that they are around. They have only come to tell you that they are around.
They are dancing for the positive impact the effort of Ritual Charitable Foundation has brought into their lives, with the gift of grinding machines to do business.
Ọlọ́run ṣọ́ wa dé ìbà láyà tàlàfíà nù nípa àdàmú lórí ẹnìkankan. Dẹ̀mú jẹ́ tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ yìí pé iléeṣẹ́ wọn á máa lọ sókè torí mo expect nǹkan tí mo gbà lé nìyí. Mo expect rárá, mo dúpẹ́ gan. Iléeṣẹ́ wọn á máa lọ sókè òkè báyìí ni ọwọ́ wọn máa lọ, ọwọ́ wọn ò ní lọlẹ̀ láéláé.
Inú mi dùn torí pé ayọ̀ mi kún púpọ̀ lónìí pé mo ti èrè jẹ ẹ̀rọ yìí. Inú mi dùn, mo fọpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run, mo dẹ̀ fọpẹ́ fún iléeṣẹ́ Ritual Foundation náà, ọwọ́ wọn á máa ròkè.
Service to humanity, just to help with the way the situation of the country is. We understand what people are going through, and in our own little way, we want to be positively impact people in our community so that they can also feel love in one way or the other, so that they can understand that they are not alone in the hustle. For now, it is our major focus is on women for now, because Ritual Foundation basically we started recently, and we are using all of our mediums to affect people around us. We really want to work with children, especially the children with special needs. But for now, we are trying to do as much as we can just to get our feet on ground, and also then focus on our own parts that we want to do. But for this part, we just wanted to focus on the women in the community. We just looked out for the ones that we feel like would feel the impact of this outreach more, and they will also help us to spread love around their own environments.
The foundation went further to provide food items and health intervention for the women and several other residents in Mushin area of Lagos through its community outreach on Saturday, 15th of October, 2022.
It's going to be continuous, though it might not be in this form, but we have other things outlined based on our own vision. So we are going to be doing different types of outreaches. It might not be, the next one might not be for women, and we might just be looking at doing something else that would also impact the community at large. We are working out of the benevolence of our CEO, Mrs. Adikat Busari, but going forward, we are looking at partnering with some possible organizations that might be looking out for ways to carry out their CSRs. So we are looking at talking to friends and family, people that have a heart for the community and will be willing to give out to people that need.
The Ritual Charitable Foundation is a non-governmental organization established to positively impact people in the society.
Every Independence Day has been a date which has been set aside for our Independence Day work on the theme, Say No to Drug Abuse. And this will be our third Independence Day work from Amspon. The first work we embarked on was in 2018 within Amuodo local government area, while the second work was in 2019 within Surulere local government area. So it's a feast date to celebrate Nigeria. And that is why we decided that for this year, we are still going to embark on that work. This is not something we can leave for the government alone. Every one of us, we are also part of the government. And in our own little way, we should always set out a date as this to come out and talk to our people, create awareness, and talk to to make them understand the danger that is involved in drug and abuse. My advice for the youth today that Nigeria is celebrating its 62nd Independence Day is that as a youth, let us do away with drug abuse. If you are addicted to drug, you can never have a bright future. If you are addicted to drugs, you have brain damage. You cannot concentrate. And they say we youth, we are the leaders of tomorrow. It is only a youth that have the right thinking, that
that is in self or herself that can stand or that can be assigned to a duty. Addicted to drugs, it will cut off your lifespan. It will untimely death might come to you. You have liver damage, kidney damage, and all sorts of disease.
Say no to drug abuse. It's becoming an issue we all need to face. Many people are looking at it at surface level, but it's very deep. About a week ago or thereabouts, there was a large amount of crack cocaine found in Ikorodu. That alone is like comparing graphs with places like Mexico and Colombia. And when we start having that in Nigeria, I was asking myself, was this to be distributed in Nigeria or was Nigeria a transit point? When we have that, whether for distribution or whether as transit point, we know we have a serious problem. And what we need to do is, as much as possible, we support. That leadership, that support will need to come from every sector. Schools will need to go back to speaking on drug abuse. Homes will need to go back to speaking on drug abuse. Churches, mosques will need to go back to speaking on drug abuse. Offices will need to go back to speaking on drug abuse. We really need to take it seriously when we say the future of Nigeria. This is our 62nd independence celebration. And what is the future? If the future is drug-laced, then it's very bleak. If these are the people who would say, oh, go take charge, and we are not sure of their cognitive abilities.
Some of them are ignorant of what they are doing. That's the simple truth. So when we speak, when we tell them, we are just creating awareness, let them be aware. Because some of them, I know that maybe growing up somewhere like is a normal thing. So depending on the environment, and a lot of them join because of the environment they find themselves in. So we need to make them to understand that it's not really the right thing to do. So anyhow they are doing it, anyhow they learn it from, but they should just cut it. It's not the right way to go for a better Nigeria.
Disturbing developments in Gambia, where 66 children lost their lives recently after being administered with a cough syrup. Many have compelled this intervention by NAFDAC authorities, who want Nigerians to exercise extreme caution and vigilance in times like this. Gambia's ugly experience is a sad reminder of the My Pikin saga of 2008, when over 80 children died in northern Nigeria after they took a contaminated titin syrup that contained engine coolant. In view of the fact that Gambia is a country in West Africa, Nigeria, like other countries in the sub-region, is on red alert to avert another tragedy. Nigeria's borders are believed to be porous, making the country vulnerable to harmful imported products. This situation has heightened fears that the killer cough syrup in Gambia may soon find its way into the Nigerian borders. But NAFDAC has seen and allayed those fears, assuring Nigerians that the agency is living up to its mandate of safeguarding the health of the nation. Professor Adeyeye is calling for caution among key players in the pharmaceutical supply and distribution chain in Nigeria to prevent the importation, sale, and consumption of substandard pharmaceutical products. Besides the 2008 My Pikin tragic incident, there are other sad reminders which should necessitate drastic actions against adulterated drugs in Nigeria. In 1990, there was a reported case of a poorly compounded chloroquine syrup at UNTH Enugu, southeast Nigeria. The pharmaceutical syrup disaster at UCH Ibadan and Juice, fake meningitis vaccine that circulated in northern Nigeria in 1996, a reported case of contaminated infusions in circulation in 2002. It is expected that the Nigerian authorities will respond swiftly to the October 5, 2022 Global Health Alert by the World Health Organization about the circulation of contaminated cough syrups, warning that they could be linked to acute kidney injuries and responsible for the death of over 66 children in the Gambia.
Common diseases like sickle cell anemia, high blood pressure, and diabetes, if not detected early and treated by a medical professional, can cause serious damage to the eyes that could lead to permanent blindness. With the 2022 theme, Love Your Eyes, Save Lives, the Commissioner for Health, Professor Bayomi, and other health experts urged people to embark on regular eye check, eat right, and avoid self-medication.
We'll sometimes buy proprietary eye drops or drugs that are not prescribed by medical professionals and they go to by-the-side drug vendors and collect drugs or eye drops, or from our alternative medicine practitioners collect things, or use old wife tale concoctions and apply them to your eyes, causing significant damage. The eyes are a very delicate organ. They're actually an extension of your brain that comes out onto the surface of your face. And any slight injury or slight alteration of the environment, either by infection, trauma, or the application of the wrong drugs or drops, can cause significant damage.
As part of activities to commemorate the day, the Lagos State government is offering free eye check and treatment to the general public.
We shall be having free eye screening and free eye surgery at General Hospital Ikorodu. We're going to give as many people that need glasses, as many people that need to undergo cataract surgery. We shall also be operating on all of them. And on Thursday, we shall be going to General Hospital Bagada for the same activities: free eye screening, provision of free eyeglasses, provision of eye drugs, and cataract surgery again. Yes, we are going to have this 2 sections this week. However, we're still going to the remaining Ibile zones. These 2 places, Ikorodu represent Ikorodu Ibile Division, and Bagada represents Ikeja Division. We shall be going to Lagos Island Division, Badagry, and Epe very soon, and we will make the announcement of the dates and the details also very soon.
World Sight Day is marked 13th of October every year to help raise awareness and support sight savers' work to combat avoidable blindness.
A healthy population, people often say, builds a prosperous nation. But many Nigerians are threatened on a daily basis and die needlessly due to diseases, poor health care, malnutrition, and lack of access to relevant health information. The sorry state of our health infrastructure is also a major challenge. On Health Affair, Oshomo Daniels brings these challenges to the attention of relevant authorities for a lasting solution. For sponsorship and advert placements, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Health Affair, your access to good health through relevant information.
Welcome back. Recent figures from the National Bureau of Statistics and the World Health Organization indicate that 1 out of every 4 Nigerians suffer from mental disorder. The situation is said to be further worsened by the prevailing harsh economic reality. Let's listen to the views of some experts on this topical issue.
We found some relatively interesting data. About 1.2% of Lagosians suffer mood swings. About 3.5% had anxiety disorders, and 5.5% had depression. We further on started to collect data from around the world, and particularly in Africa, as a response to COVID. And you can see from the data that in 2018, there has been a significant shift in mentally associated aberrations as a result, perhaps directly related to COVID, but there could be multiple explanations for that. But the change in the data and the parameters is worrying. And it shows, for example, that mood disorders have gone up from 3.3% to almost 10%. Anxiety has trebled. And substance abuse has gone up from about 4% to about 14%. These are significant parameters. When we look at the summary findings of the collective studies across Africa in 2021, which is just a few months ago, we can see that depression, anxiety hypochondriac disorders, alcoholic disorders, manifest disability, and psychoactive substance abuse have significantly gone up. If we can attribute these directly to COVID, perhaps COVID has a significant role to play, but certainly I think life is getting harder in our megacities. Life is getting harder as a result of economic downturn. Money in your pocket is a significant trigger of mental disorder, and so we can attribute many of these dynamic and dramatic shifts in our data to a multitude of collective factors. We need to continue to improve the quality of health services and embed mental health services within the expanded provisions that we're making across the state.
The menace of substance abuse is on the rise and will likely become a national epidemic if we fail to address it frontally. Before we get there, I think it's important for us as a society to understand that the biggest challenge is family breakdown. Substance abuse is linked to how we are raising our children these days. The truth is, as parents, as family, we must take care of our kids. We must know what they are doing. We must understand what are the things that they actually focus on in school and so on and so forth. The family breakdown is highly correlated to mental disorder anywhere in the world. We cannot be an exception, and as such, it is important for us as a family that we take care of our homes. Many of us have either heard of or personally know people who have lost their lives to suicide. And more often than not, we hide these tragedies for fear of shame and stigma. This not only has social implications, but also places a huge burden on our society, especially our economy also. As experts say, that depression alone is estimated to cost $800 billion in lost economic output globally, a sum expected to more than double by 2030. The psychosocial well-being of a community, city, or state is a reflection of the physical, social, and environmental safety nets that exist in that society. If we say that health is not just the absence of disease, but a state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being of a person, then it means there is no health without mental health.
If you recollect some years ago, the Commissioner of Police accosted a woman. If you recollect some years ago, the Commissioner of Police accosted a woman trying to jump into the lagoon. And he took her to a police station, and she was locked up. And a CNN reporter came to the office and said, "Why is this woman locked up?" I said, "Locked up, why?" So I called the Commissioner for Justice, the Attorney General, right? I said, forgive my language. I said, "Are we people gone mad? You know? Do you think that woman wanted to commit suicide?" And we started thinking, he called the Commissioner of Police, and they brought the woman out of detention and took her to a hospital. We started thinking, why would the Commissioner for Police do that? And it struck us, just like the Commissioner for Health said, the Lunacy Act was about 60 years old in Nigeria. And that act criminalized suicide. But the point is that over the years, when we started, I remember the 2013, when we organized the Livable City Conference in this Lagos state, and mental health was one of the main issues we wanted to talk about. We were trying to link mental health to the issue of urbanization, population growth, the stress that comes with living in a mega city like Lagos, the health issues, etc. And over the years again, you know that this has been compounded by COVID, Ebola, etc. So it's a major issue in our environment here, major issue.
And I recollect one day, a reporter came to me and I said in the course of the discussion, that 80% of Lagosians are mad. And she said, including you, yes? I said, including me, because many of us are mad. But more importantly, we do not appreciate the enormity of the problem in this environment. Mental health is an issue. And we tend to very much underestimate it. And that's why, as a state, based on our culture of continuity of governance, started from BRF time, when we organized the Livable City, developed the mental health policy, like the history has been said, the governance structure. And I'm very happy that the current government has taken this matter up as a serious issue.
Somebody needs to lead, and Lagos has found itself lumbered with the task of setting forth great initiatives for the great Nigerian nation, because Nigeria needs to get on top of its mental health picture. Nigeria needs to get its act together concerning mental health. A significant percentage of our people, 10%, 20%, whatever number is quoted, whatever function is quoted, is always at any time challenged with mental health issues. And we need to build the structures, we need to build the awareness, we need to build the competencies, we need to build the drive, and we need to find the resources. All of this, I think Lagos State is setting the picture for doing, and I think it deserves to be commended.
We must all keep checking our mental health, and every one of us is somewhat needs to understand that we're all traveling a long road along which is a spectrum, and we're all somewhere along that spectrum, and so we all just need to constantly check in with a healthcare provider, and also checking with our support systems to ensure that we don't go travel far down the spectrum. The take home is that one, stigma needs to reduce. People who have mental health problems are not mad people. They're just people who need help. And also we need to be more observant about people around us and more tolerant about them. If they need mental health help, we need to be able to identify it and get them access to that help very quickly.
If you're just joining us, it's Health Topic on AIT, and next on the program is a nutrition segment.
It's a common saying that you are what you eat. This is why we make it a point of duty to give you information about food items, fruits, and their nutritional value to help you make healthy choices on our nutrition segment every week. Scent leaf, commonly known as clove basil in English and efinrin in Yoruba, is a strong aromatic herb native to Nigeria, Ghana, and some parts of Africa and Asia. It is found in farms, gardens, and mainly used as a spice for cooking delicacies due to its aromatic taste. Scent leaf has antibacterial activities against Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella, and Candida albicans. It is also a repellent against houseflies, mosquitoes, and other insects. As a vegetable seasoning, it gives every meal a delightful, unique, and sweet taste. From research findings, there are numerous health benefits from scent leaf. Scent leaf aids digestion. It helps bowel evacuation and weight management. It can be used to treat oral infections as it kills all bacteria in the mouth which cause tooth decay and bad breath. Scent leaf is used in the treatment of fever, cold, catarrh, as well as skin infections like ringworm. Scent leaf has antibacterial activities against Staphylococcus aureus, Salmonella enteritis. Extracts from scent leaf has also been reported to lower blood pressure, blood sugar, and potent for the treatment of gastroenteritis and lots more. Scent leaf can be taken as a tonic. It can be taken like salad or added to dishes during cooking.
On our clinical segment, we give you tips for healthy living.
There must be awareness about cancer. even in pediatric patients, even in elderly people, even in middle-aged people. There should be awareness everywhere, in schools, what you eat, those that, even anti-smoking, those are part of the awareness. Because previously, people, even young people, they think they belong by following their peers to engage in cigarette smoking without knowing the harmful effects. So those are the campaigns that should be sustained.
Join us on our perception segment for a way forward on how to improve human lives.
Nigeria, unfortunately, women are subjugated, whether they're abused or not. We rely on our social and cultural practices and norms. And sadly, communities survive a shame. A girl cannot speak out against the abuse because she's afraid. She's afraid of her family name. She's afraid that she'll be ostracized by her community. So what communities have to do, what families have to do, is stand by the survivor. Give her a platform to speak out. Let her know that she's safe. Allow her the freedom to be able to exercise her rights, to name her abuser. And then we rely on essential services to offer her the medical attention that she needs. We rely on law enforcement to apprehend the assailant and the alleged perpetrator. And then we rely on the laws to ensure that there's a successful conviction and that he spends the rest of his days or her days in jail.
If you open your eyes, you will see it. You'll see it in your families, you'll see it in your workplaces, you'll see it on the street. It is up to everyone, and in particular men in this country, to actually step up and say this is not acceptable. If you want to be a real, Nigerian and a real man, there's no place in this country for violence against women and children.
On this note, to wrap it up this week. Thanks for staying with us. Please let's do it again, same time next week. Don't forget to advertise your head product and services on the program. My name is Oshomowa Danis. Please keep staying safe.